Every hidden advantage of your blood type. O positive. O positive is the single most common blood type in the world, carried by roughly 4 out of every 10 people. What makes it remarkable is its reach. A unit of O positive blood can be transfused into any patient who is Rh positive, whether they are A, B, AB, or O themselves. This gives it enormous medical importance, since in emergencies doctors can use it to stabilize the majority of patients. Its abundance also means that blood banks depend heavily on O positive donors to keep hospitals supplied. From an evolutionary perspective, the O type has shaped human survival in several ways. The absence of A and B antigens reduces the ability of Plasmodium falciparum, the parasite responsible for the deadliest form of malaria, to cause red blood cells to clump together, lowering the risk of severe malaria in O carriers. Anthropologists also suggest that type O may have been advantageous for hunter-gatherer populations, since their immune profile and digestive adaptation favored high-protein diets and exposure to wild pathogens, long before agriculture reshaped human health. On the other hand, the exposed H antigen on O blood cells can be a point of entry for certain pathogens, which is why O individuals are more vulnerable to severe cases of cholera and norovirus. Another trait is that O blood types usually have lower baseline levels of clotting factors, such as von Willebrand factor, which protects against life-threatening clots but can increase the risk of bleeding in some situations. A positive. A positive is the second most common blood type worldwide, found in about 3 out of every 10 people. Its defining feature is the presence of A antigens and the Rhd factor on the surface of red blood cells, which means A positive individuals can safely receive blood from both A and O positive donors. Medically, this provides a broad pool of compatible transfusions, making it one of the easiest blood types to manage in hospitals. Its high prevalence also ensures that blood banks can maintain steady reserves for emergencies. Beyond its medical role, type A carries evolutionary and immunological traits that shaped how populations adapted through history. The A antigen has been linked to a stronger immune response against certain bacterial infections, particularly those that spread in dense agricultural communities where hygiene challenges were greater. This may explain why the frequency of type A increased as humans transitioned from hunter-gatherer societies to settled farming civilizations. However, the same antigen that provides these defenses has also been associated with higher risks of clotting disorders and certain cardiovascular conditions, showing how evolution balances advantage with vulnerability. B positive. B positive blood is carried by about 1 in 10 people, making it less common than both O and A types, but still significant in the global population. It is defined by the presence of B antigens on red blood cells along with the Rhd factor. In transfusions, B positive individuals can safely receive blood from B positive, B negative, O positive, and O negative donors, giving them a moderate range of compatibility. Because of its lower frequency, however, maintaining adequate supplies of B positive blood requires more targeted donation drives compared to O and A types. From an evolutionary perspective, type B shows a fascinating distribution pattern. It is particularly concentrated in parts of Asia and the Middle East, suggesting that ancient population movements and selective pressures allowed it to spread unevenly across the globe. Research also links the B antigen with altered susceptibility to certain infections, offering protection against some bacteria while creating vulnerabilities to others. At the same time, the B type has been noted in studies of metabolism, with some evidence pointing toward differences in how carbohydrates and fats are processed. These subtle distinctions reveal how blood types are more than transfusion categories. They are evolutionary fingerprints reflecting how humans adapted to different environments over thousands of years. A B positive. A B positive is the rarest of the major positive blood types, carried by less than 5% of the global population. Its defining trait is that red blood cells display both A and B antigens, along with the Rhd factor. Because of this full antigen set, AB positive individuals can receive red cells from any donor, A, B, AB, or O, whether positive or negative. This makes them the universal recipient in transfusion medicine, a unique advantage when blood supplies are limited.